Hi there, I'm Kristen Poborski, and I'm here today to talk to you about why getting AI just to sound like you isn't enough these days. So I'm going to be sharing what you need to be saying, not just turning it into something that sounds like you, whether you use a transcript or you're using prompts, things like that to make it sound like you. While I agree it's important to make AI sound like you, if you're a content creator, a coach, a healer, course creator who wants to create content that helps them get clients, you're going to want to listen to this because I'm going to dive in deeper today into the framework that will help you know exactly what to say inside your content so that it turns it into a content to cash machine. And I call this the content to cash machine framework. And it's what I teach inside of my AI Amplifier Masterclass. If you haven't joined me for that yet, I've got the link right down below in the notes. And it's what I teach in more detail inside of my program. Because again, it's one thing to make AI sound like you, but if you don't have all the other necessary ingredients that's going to help you turn it into a cash machine for you, then you're really missing it. So let's dive into what this simple 3-part framework is so that you can actually walk away and use what I'm teaching you here today in your content, okay? The first thing that we do is what we want to do is get clarity around our clients, right? We want to know who the ideal customer is and what you're teaching, what you coach, what services you provide. Those are the first things. So most of you probably have some sort of client avatar. Inside of my programs, we take these two things and we put them in and we create this thing using AI to do the research, a ideal custom buyer's blueprint. This gives you all the information about your customer, and why it matters is that then your content creation becomes effortless. You'll know exactly what they need to hear. You're going to know using this blueprint what problems, fears, hopes, dreams, desires, what they've tried, what they're frustrated with, all of that around the topics or the things that you teach inside or services that you provide or coaching that you provide inside your business. This clarity really becomes that fuel that powers your content. And to do that, again, it's the customer buyer's blueprint. You understand the person, their problems, their aspirations, their attempts, what they've done, and the change that they're looking for, what they're really looking for. And it might be what you think, right? And what their hesitations, what's holding them back, so that you can address all of this inside of your content. Whether or not you're teaching a masterclass, you're creating a podcast, a video, or inside your marketing funnels. It's excellent information. So once you have that information, and this is the thing that my students tell me that they forget to do, and that is aligning your content with what you do in your business. So good example, and I'm going to actually use one of my clients to illustrate this. We've been creating content. I've been creating content for my clients, myself, teaching it to my students since 2014. Way back then, it was easy. You could write content. You could just write anything, and it could sound like a paper that you wrote in high school. Now we're going to fast forward a few years, then video became a thing. But you could still get away with okay content, more teaching content, things like that. But what we discovered in this with my client, Todd Krieger, and he's a therapist, once we started talking about what he does in his business and aligning the content and the topics with what he practices in his therapy practice, then everything changed. And that's where you want to strategically align your content with what you do in your business. What we saw initially was that his numbers started going up. And I'm talking about downloads, people listening, people watching, because we were on YouTube. There wasn't podcasts at that point, right? So we're like around 2015. But we discovered a topic, something that he provides in his practice that people were willing to pay a lot of money for. And to this day, we're still creating a ton of content on that topic. And that topic is infidelity. Anytime we create content around it, not only does he get new clients, he gets old clients coming back or current clients getting information that they need to have to help solve their problem. This is the power when you understand your clients, you start creating content, and then you're paying attention to what people are listening to, and you create more, but it needs to be aligned with what you do in your business. So if you're not doing that right now, you really need to be working and creating content around the categories that you do, are what you're teaching, what you're selling, what you're coaching on in your business. And there could be multiple categories in there. For Todd, the example would be that not only does he talk about their infidelity, he talks about EMDR, which is treatment. He talks about trauma. He talks about dysfunctional families. That dysfunctional family, we did a video back in 2015. It's gotten over 600,000 downloads on YouTube since then, and it continues to be some of his top content. There is power in that because that really exploded his growth and made it possible for all of his other content to be seen by more people. Let's go into the third part, right? I keep talking about how do we really make it much powerful. That's the third part where we're creating content with connection. And this is where the magic happens. And Todd is a master of this. So this is how you create content using this little tip I'm going to teach you here that builds genuine relationships with your audience, establishes your authority, actually, and guides clients towards your solutions. I use this in my own content because it helps me to naturally precede people to want whatever it is that I'm talking about. And this is called storytelling. This is the thing that really changes everything. This is what goes into creating that content. Once you know who your customer is, your client, customer, you know what topics you're going to talk about, you need to infuse it with storytelling. And Todd is a master of that. Every single week, and he actually just texted me a few minutes ago saying he's got a video ready to go this week where we're talking about infidelity again. And I know, and I can count it, that he is going to tell a story about someone he helped heal from infidelity. And the power of these stories really helps people change their beliefs from not thinking that they can heal from infidelity to seeing that it's possible that they can do that. And it positions him as the person they want to work with. He's that good. If you walk away from this thing, this video, wherever you're watching it, you definitely want to join me. And if you already are joining me, you are going to get more information about how to apply the content to cash machine framework. For those of you who have not joined me yet, I've got that link right down below. If you want to sign up for my content amplifier masterclass, and inside that, I teach this framework, but I also teach you how to take that and put it into your machine and automate your content using AI so that you can go from 2 hours a week of content creation or more to just under 30 minutes. Definitely take a look at that link down below and sign up for the next one. And I will see you inside. For those of you that have joined me, I'm looking forward to teaching this in more detail and showing you all the frameworks inside of this content to cash machine framework that will show you how to actually infuse it at an easier, deeper level so that you too can become the best known expert in your niche.